make some comments, but I'm gonna try to not spoil anything. Or be like, that's not what happened in the original. Like, I'm probably gonna do that, but I'm gonna try and like keep it to a minimum. I feel like the footsteps are from the original. Let me just get right into that. I feel like there's something where it like shows them walking on the map. They did a really good job with her too. In the original. What did I say at the beginning of this? I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna spend the whole time being like, in the original. In the original, they had this sign. In the original, I'm pretty sure you get either the radio or your weapon there. He seems like he's moving his head where I move his head, but in the original, he would look at items too. The camera angle is very much like the original game because it was like fixed camera. Yeah, this is a lot outside from the original. In the original, it was an ampoule. Oh, this is from the OG game. This is also from the OG game. Like, am I wrong? Is that not how it was in the original game? As disgusting as it sounds, I don't think it's as gross as the original. And it like guides your eyes to look at it. It's pretty cool. This is really well done. Like, at least the original. You cannot put your hand in the toilet. Have we not learned anything from the original? In the original, I'm not gonna get into it. I'm not gonna get into it until I know for sure what's going on later, I guess. I feel like there was something similar to this in the original, but not exactly. Oh, I do remember this from the original, I think now, but a little different maybe. In the original, you could just, this was like a timed thing. If you get in his way, he'll still attack you. In the original. That was a sound from the original. I was gonna joke about it being in her bra. In the original, I think it was in her boot. Like, she reaches down and gets it out of her boot. Oh, okay. That makes sense. I was like, I remember this from the original. No problem. Oh, I kind of remember this from the original, I think. Like, vaguely. Okay, so I guess that kind of confirms that this was in the original, but not enough confirmation. I think there were more in the original. Was it 2 at a time? Lakeside Amusement Park? Is that the third answer of the original quiz? I'm gonna save before I do that. Just because I think in the original it was like you can't mess up. In the original, I think it's when you're walking to the Historical Society. It's not dark out, or if it is, it's not this dark. I don't remember. But they're like catapulting bodies into the street. We're going to be starting at the prison section today, which I remember being fine with in the original. In the original, there was only one spot, and I think it was the only time you used your pipe on the wall. In the original, would you get attacked more? Like there was more going on? That looks a little familiar. In the original, there were like tablets. There was an enemy, say it loosely, there's an enemy in the original game called the Prisoner, and you couldn't see them. I mean, this already feels like way bigger than the original prison. I don't know if it is, but it feels bigger. I don't remember what it did originally, if it like just knocked back or if it was like a scream. Now, if I remember correctly, this was like a pretty small area in the original game. This fight wasn't really anything in the original game. I feel like I remember using my pipe in the original more than anything else. No, in the original game, it was just like one room. I mean, I say that, but now I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, this is like significantly longer than the original too. Oh. This is from the original. Yeah. Okay. In the original, You didn't have to go to this room. You could just find it, and if you did, his knife was in there, and you could grab it and add it to your inventory. That was so much harder than the original. Was this, like... Hello? That was so close. I feel like that was easier than the original. Like the music box, maybe? There was a music box puzzle in the original with several Disney princesses. Can I spell help? Oh, it already says help. Wasn't it help originally? So you're supposed to get in the elevator, at least in the original, and then it's like, you weigh too much. And I think the subtitles in the original game were still like pretty vague. I think James is more sympathetic in this game. I remember in the original, I just didn't... kind of a piece of shit. I mean, he's not. He's pretty much the same, but he's... I really think the voice acting helps. He's a lot more likable in this one.